What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I turn pallet wood into these super cool wooden American flags. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is go ahead and get all of our planks off. So you can either use something like a Sawzall with a metal wood blade, or you can just try and pry them all off and then hammer the nails out. So I think I'm going to try and pry mine off first, but sometimes those nails are just stuck in there, so then you have to resort to cutting them. But first things first, let's go ahead and get all those planks off. All right, so now that we got these all separated, the next thing that we're gonna do is get all of our individual pieces cut out. So we're gonna need 6 pieces at 1.5 inches by 37 inches that will go on the very bottom for our bottom stripes. And then we're gonna need 7 pieces that are 22.25 by 1.5 inches. And those will be for our shorter stripes next to our union. And then our union has to be 10.5 inches by 14.75 inches. So usually for those, I'll take like 3 of these wider ones, and then I'll just rip like 3 of them at 3.5 inches, or I'll have 2 at 3 inches and 1 that's at 4.5 inches, or just whatever you need to make up that 10.5 inches. And those will be 14.75 inches long. And when you're ripping these, just be careful. You should wear safety glasses, because if you cut right on these nails, they like to just fly out in a random direction and they can be a little dangerous. So if I were you, I'd probably wear some glasses just to be safe. And I actually had 2 pallets, so I'm gonna do both of them a little bit differently so that I can show you 2 different styles of doing it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all my pieces cut out. All right, so I got my 2 flags cut out here. Like I said, we got the union 10.5 by 14.75. Our 7 upper stripes are 22.25 by 1.5 inches, and our 6 bottom stripes are 37 inches by 1.5 inches. And then I also forgot to mention, I went ahead and cut 4 strips at 19 inches, and these don't have to be a certain width. I just cut them for my backer pieces that we're gonna use to nail everything together on the back. And then I cut these 2 little pieces at 4 inches, and these are what I'm gonna put my hangers on for the wall. And then I did it 2 different ways for the union. So I got 3 here that are cut at 3.5 inches. And then over here, I just did 2 pieces that make up the 10.5 inches. So like I said, you can just do that whatever way it works for you. I just went ahead and did 1 each way. The next thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and torch them. So I will get that set up and show you how I torch mine. All right, so I got this fancy little jig here that I set up. I got my propane torch. I'm just gonna go around all the edges pretty much. All right, something like that. And you can go as dark or as light as you want, and it'll just give the flag a darker or lighter feel to it. So it's kind of just whatever look you prefer. But I'm gonna go ahead, get all my pieces burned, and then we will start staining. All right, guys, so I got everything torched, and next up I'm gonna go ahead and stain everything. For my stains, I have, this is Minwax. This is from Lowe's. It is a clear tint base, so you have to get it mixed up at the counter. But for my colors, I have a crimson for the red. For the blue, I got denim blue. And for my white, I just have this pure white or tint base. So this is just one that's right off the shelf. It's different, slightly different than these colored ones, but I'll be using that for my white. For this one, I'm gonna do red, white, and blue. But for this one, I'm just gonna do the red and blue and leave the white stripes as the wood color. So I'll go ahead and give you guys kind of 2 different variations, and you can decide which one you like better, but that's what I'm gonna do for mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to staining these. so I'm all done with my staining. There's my one without the white, and there's my one with the white. But next up, we're gonna get these nailed together. So I'm gonna flip everything over onto its face, and then I got my 4 backer pieces, and I'm just gonna put one on either end, just like an inch off from the sides, and then I'll put one directly in the middle between the union and the stripes, just to tie those together. And then I'm just gonna put the other one just in between these two. I'll be using a 16 gauge brad nailer, and then depending on how thick your backer strips are, because I know some pallets have different thicknesses, you're just gonna wanna find nails that will bite enough but not go through the face. I got my clamps here, so I'm just gonna get everything clamped together nice and tight. And then I got my glue, and I'm just gonna put a bead of glue on the back just to go from the backers to the back of the flag. And then I also got my little hanger boards, and I'm just gonna put those on the back side, but I'll just put them up in the corner against my 2 outer braces. That I'll just measure down and make sure they're both the same distance from the top. So let's go ahead and get this thing all nailed together. All right, so next up we're gonna go ahead and do the stars. So I got my stencil here. I can go ahead and link this in the description. It actually comes in a kit with a bunch of different sizes, so that's kind of cool, and it's only like 10 bucks. And then I got these wood star cutouts, and I believe this comes in a 300 pack, so you can do 6 flags with 1 pack. And I think these are also around 10 bucks. I'll go ahead and link these in the description as well. But what I'm gonna do is just tape this in place, and then I got this clear Gorilla Glue, and I got my micro nailer, and I'm just gonna put a dot of glue on the back, set it in place, and then I'll just go ahead and put 1 nail right in the middle. And then as you can see, the stars are slightly smaller than the stencil, so I'll be able to pull it off when I'm all done. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all those nailed on. All right, so that's it for the stars on these, and I'm gonna go ahead and let these things just dry up overnight before I will finish them tomorrow. All right, so I let these things dry up overnight, and to finish off my flags, I'm gonna go ahead and do an epoxy over the faces. So I just got this Incredible Solutions tabletop epoxy. It's a 2-part solution, so you do 1 to 1. So I got my measuring cups here. I'm gonna do 8 ounces of each, and then mix them up in these cups. So you're gonna mix them for 3 to 5 minutes in 1 cup, transfer it to a fresh cup, mix them for another 3 to 5 minutes, and then you can go ahead and apply it, spread it around as best I can. And then I got my torch just to go over it. You wanna be really careful not to overheat it, but you're gonna use the torch to get out any air bubbles that are stuck. And then I think that 1 cup will just work for 1 flag. So I'll probably end up having to do 2 mixes. And I'm doing this inside just for a better temperature and then for less dust. But we're gonna go ahead and get both of these epoxied. And then once you epoxy them, you're gonna wanna let them cure for, I think the setup time is 12 to 24 hours, and then a full cure is 72 hours. But we're gonna go ahead and get these epoxied. All right, so there's the first one. Obviously it doesn't go on super even just because of all the differences in the pallet wood, but just do your best to get a nice even coat on there. All right, there's that white one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let these cure up and we'll see how they look. All right, so I gave that epoxy some time to dry and that is how they turned out. As you can see, the reds are a little bit different, even though I torched both of them and stained both of them. I think it's just the different kind of wood that was used for the pallet. Yeah, as you can tell, this one's like a little bit brighter and this one is a little bit darker. But overall, I think they turned out really good. Let me go ahead and show you what they look like in the shade. All right, now you can see a little bit more of the epoxy without the sun shining on them. I really like how this non-stained wood looks with the epoxy over it. Obviously everybody has their own personal preferences, but I personally think this one turned out better than this one, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. The last thing that we got to do is just quick throw some hangers on the back, so I'm going to flip them over and get my hangers put on. All right guys, and then for my hangers, I just got these large sawtooth hangers, and for these I'll just go ahead and center them on each of these two small boards. All right, I got those hangers on. Any picture style hanger should work for these. All right guys, so that's it for these ones. I'll go ahead and link everything that I used in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Also, if you have any video recommendations, I'd love to hear those in the comments as well. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you guys so much for watching.